Good afternoon, everybody. My thanks to Coventry TUC for inviting me today. It's a real privilege to be here in Coventry on Workers' Memorial Day. Well, as you know, the main theme now is about removing dangerous substances from the workplace. I'm the senior asbestos lawyer in the Midlands, so I deal with nothing but asbestos-related diseases. And people believe that this is a thing of the past and that we've dealt with asbestos and we've removed this from the workplace. But I'm sad to say we have not. We currently, in the UK, have over 4,000 deaths per year due to asbestos-related cancers. Now, that is the highest incident rate in the whole of Europe. We have something in the region of about 2,300 deaths a year due to a condition called mesothelioma. Mesothelioma is the signature tumour, if you like, that is created by asbestos exposure. This is uniformly fatal. The victim will die normally within 12 months. There is no cure. There are great strides at the moment medically, but there is no cure for this condition. You are looking at a latency period of anything from about 15 to 60 years plus for this condition to develop. And on average, you are looking at most people who have been exposed 40 to 50 years to the manifestation of symptoms. You are looking at anything up to 60 years, and hence the Health and Safety Executive referred this as the hidden killer, which is exactly what it is. Now, one of the principal reasons that we have the highest incident rate, I think, in Europe is, and there are a number of these, but one of the main factors is our use and our importation of brown asbestos. This is amosite. There are essentially three different types of asbestos fibres. You can have white, brown and blue. Now, despite what managers in workplaces will say, they are all dangerous and they will all cause mesothelioma. There is no doubt that the brown and the blue are more dangerous than the white. The white is chrysotile and it's a different type of fibre. And this is microscopically, if you looked under the microscope, it is a serpentine fibre, it's soft and it's curved. The amosite and the crucidolite, which is the brown and the blue asbestos, are an amphibole fibre. And when you look under the microscope, they are needle-like and barbed and jagged. So when those are inhaled, there is a much greater chance of them latching onto the pleura, the lining of the lung, and then not being cleared by the body's defences. And hence the reason those two fibres are more dangerous. Now, we imported huge quantities of amosite years ago into this country to make a product called Vestos. This was manufactured by Cape. It was manufactured until 1980, which is shocking really when you think that mesothelioma was medically reported in 1965, and it was reported then that low-level exposure to asbestos would cause mesothelioma. Because the problem and the frightening aspect of that disease is that you can have the most minimal exposure to asbestos and still develop mesothelioma. And we used this product, this asbestolose, because it was a fibre-borne, fireproof fibre, but it was manufactured using about 40% amosite. And this was used everywhere. I mean, every house that was built before about the late 1970s, every municipal building, every school. So that is why we have such a huge problem today. And internationally, we still have a problem now. We have a major challenge internationally. Asbestos is still heavily mined in Russia. It is heavily mined in Brazil, where, to my great distress, the trade union movements in Brazil support the use of chrysotile. This is all funded by the asbestos industry. There is a movement now to say that chrysotile is not dangerous, but it is. About 3 years ago in Canada, which is a progressive country where asbestos is banned everywhere, a mine in the northern part of Canada applied to the Canadian government to reopen the mine. And the Canadian government were about to award them a $78 million grant to reopen this mine. Now, not one fibre of what was mined there would have been used in Canada because it's banned everywhere. This was all going to Vietnam, to Thailand, to India, to China. So we would then go and we would kill, over the next 50 years, tens of thousands of people. Now, I'm glad to say that the International Asbestos Secretariat, which is run by this amazing woman called Lauren Kaysen Allen, managed to persuade the Canadian government not to do this. But it shows the challenges that we face even to this day internationally, that it's still being mined and still being used, which is very frightening. Now, in this country, the thought process is that we will reach our peak of asbestos diseases in about 2025. Now, this has moved over the years. The HSC was saying it was back in 1999, then it was moved to 2016, now it is 2025. As a practitioner who only deals with asbestos disease cases, I really do not see us reaching the peak in 2025. And one of the biggest problems that we face now is our schools. We have currently 14,000 schools in this country which have high levels of asbestos in them. In your own city here, 38 out of your 57 council-run schools have asbestos in them. And I looked that up, but I wanted to know what the situation was in this city. And I wasn't surprised to see that. That's nearly 2/3 of your schools have asbestos in them. And I wasn't surprised to see that because I have what's called the CLASP register. In late 1960s, early 70s, a number of schools they were called CLASP schools. These are sort of modular, system-built schools, and they were built with massive quantities of asbestos insulation poured in. This is the Asbestolux product that I refer to. Now, when I looked at the CLASP list, there are endless number of schools in Coventry that are CLASP schools. And the problem is there that the government, and they are guided in this to an extent by the HSC, say that if it's encapsulated and it's not disturbed, then it's safe. Now, that's fine maybe in a normal workplace, but a school is not a normal workplace. We have young children who vandalise things. They slam doors into walls, they move chairs into walls, they knock out the ceiling tiles in the toilet blocks, they disturb the asbestos fibres that are there. Now, as I say, that's not a normal workplace, and we are not doing enough about that. That's a huge challenge again for us. Now, the problem is also then that the government's own reports are now, for every one teacher who will develop mesothelioma, it is anticipated that 9 pupils will develop mesothelioma. And its own committee on carcinogenicity recently reported something that we in this world have known for some time, and that is that the younger you are when you're exposed, the shorter the latency period will be. So rather than it being this average period of 40, 50 years, it's going to be closer to the 15-year period. And this is because of the vulnerability and the developmental stage of the lungs. Now, that is an even more frightening prospect. Now, statistically, the average age of an asbestos victim, a mesothelioma victim, is about 69, 70. I have recently advised a lady who was in her 30s, and I was asked last week whether I would see somebody who was 24 who's been diagnosed with mesothelioma. Now, these are people who must have been exposed either in their school, maybe even in their home, because we do have a problem in that there is so much asbestos within our homes. And people don't realise that, and when you're doing DIY, it is so easy to disturb that. So, huge challenges ahead of us. I really do not see this problem going away and dropping.